great, right? Thank you, Maxine. I agree with you. I love fried cucumbers as well. Now our second speaker for tonight, which is the topic Better Choices, would be Pat Lee. Please help me welcome Pat Lee.
Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Tonight I'd like to talk with you about better choices. I was 19 years old and deeply in love with somebody, and I married her. It was a mistake. It was a real mistake, and everybody around me was telling me so. But did I listen? No. What did they know? I was in love. It's only happened to one person, right? So, after having this sheltered, loving, wonderful growing up time, at the age of 20, I got divorced, and it was the biggest failure I'd ever had up until that time in my life. And nobody likes being a failure, but that's the way I looked at it. I had failed. I picked the wrong person, he picked the wrong person, it didn't work out. Luckily, we both came to the conclusion that we should just end it after about a year. Many years have passed, and I've really grown to love making choices. I absolutely love making choices. And one of the things I've learned is most, not all, but most choices are undoable. However, there are some things you can do to make better choices. And I would say they are: consider what's in your heart, consider what's in your mind, consider your conscience, and put it in some kind of time frame. So let's start with consider your heart. For people who know me, I don't have to say this, I'm a very heart-driven person. If anything, I have to put the brakes on as far as heart goes, because I jump in with both feet, and man, I am with you there. If I love something or somebody, I am there. It's really good to slow down a little bit and consider what's going on when all this is happening. Now, I can say this now that I'm in my middle years, but when I was younger, man, I could not put the brakes on. I just couldn't. So consider your heart. What's in your heart? Then you've got to consider what's in your mind. Now, for me, I really have to pause and think about what is in my mind for the specific decision I'm making. Now, not too long ago, for instance, my father fell and broke his hip, and he was 90 years old, and he was adamant about not wanting to go into the rehab center. He had to have surgery, he had emergency surgery. He fell out the front door in the middle of winter, laid out all night till 4:30 till the paper boy found him. It was terrible. We were lucky he didn't have, all kinds of problems after that. But luckily the heat flowed out from the door, and, he was dressed in layers, so he did pretty well. Well, the choice was, okay, are we going to be able to take care of him at home, or are we going to have to do what he doesn't want to have done? So the heart says, of course, take care of the guy, he's your dad, this is what he wants. The mind says, can we really take care of him? He's a big man, he's always been a big man, he's stubborn, he's a great guy, but he's a big, big guy. So we had to weigh all these things, and we came up with a plan. We thought it through. We thought, okay, we can do this, we can do this. So we kind of combined the heart and the mind part, and we were able to work out a 2-week schedule for each person to stay with my father, so that after a month's time, he, was fine. So we had him at home, and it worked out really well. Conscience. This is where conscience comes in. are you going to feel bad if you don't do something? Or if you do something? I heard something just this past weekend at the church that I went to. This is Second Pres in Bloomington. This is the church I grew up in. The guy said, remember who you are and whose you are. And that's what his parents used to tell him when he was in high school. Meaning, remember, we're counting on you to behave well. So think about that conscience aspect too. I do this with my dad because I know he's not going to be around forever. I want to do right by him. I want to be with him as much as I can. And I want to give back to him as a great parent. He's just been wonderful. So you got to remember the conscience. And then again, another thing that I seem to do is I rush. I love making decisions so much that it's like, make this one, make that one, make this one, make that one, And since I had this attitude that, oh, it's undoable. I mean, if I make a decision I don't like it, I can change it. So I tend to rush. So that's the other thing. Think about your time frame. If it's a major decision, slow yourself down so that you can give yourself a chance to consider some of your options instead of rushing to the fore. So, in summary, I would like to say that there are 4 ways to make better choices. The first one is consider what's in your heart. The second one is consider what's in your mind. The third is consider your conscience. And the fourth is put it into some kind of time frame. Some people are very deliberate in their decision making, and other people tend to be more impulsive. What you want to do is figure out where you are and then moderate it a little bit so that you have a better judgment at the end.